yesterday they were saying that in the parliament, the Delhi Ordinance bill, the services bill is going to be introduced. Today they're saying it's going to be tabled. But ahead of the listing, and it's important to note here, we already know the kind of politics that has taken shape and place in the run-up to this bill being tabled, in the parliament. Arvind Kejriwal categorically went against the Congress party in this INDI alliance, only entered after the Congress party said that yes, we will support you when it comes to the numbers in the Rajya Sabha. But take a look at this. Ahead of the listing, the Delhi Services Bill tweaked. The Chief Minister and the Lieutenant Governor hold a cordial closed-door meeting. Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal called upon LG VK Saxena at the Raj Niwas on Monday, this yesterday. The closed-door meeting lasted for about 35 minutes. Can you imagine LG Saxena and Arvind Kejriwal in a cordial setup? I mean, the Lieutenant Governor categorically stopped him from going to Singapore, stopped him from, signing on those files. These are people, two parties that have been unable to look each other eye to eye, meet each other halfway, be it for the benefit of the people, be it for the benefit of each other's government. They haven't
see
been
eye to eye politically. I don't think so personally they have
issues, of course, yes. I mean, that's how their roles are. I'm sure they're very good friends and they go watch movies together when outside that political realm. But this is what happened. So 35 minutes that meeting happened, okay? And sources said that the meeting was cordial and the two discussed important issues related to Delhi's development.
Now, look at before that bill is being put out, interestingly, what is being said is that the government of the National Capital Territory of Delhi Amendment Bill has dropped Section 3A of the ordinance, which restricted the State Assembly from enacting any law on services. So, the bill is listed for introduction in Lok Sabha, that is today, and they have that crucial contentious part of 3A has been removed. But what remains is this: while the bill contains all major provisions of the ordinance designed by the Centre for Primacy over the city government, basically the other functions of it still remains where the contention, only 3A has been dropped, but the rest of it where the centre will have a deciding say over the city government, that has been retained.
It is getting a little bit technical here, isn't it, Varghese? I mean, somebody who doesn't have fair share knowledge about the legal, aspect, about how the constitution and the assembly in Delhi works, because like you pointed out on several occasions, what is Delhi? Is it a union territory? Is it a state? How does it function? What is, how does the mechanism?
The reason why they have gone ahead and they dropped that Section 3A is based because the Supreme Court had asked this question: if the state government should be denied any role whatsoever in the matter of services. So when 3A said that they cannot legislate, it actually denied the state government any sort of role in trying to have some say on services. But with regards to appointments, transfers and other issues.
So who finally gets it says Delhi won't have to send report to centre. Services bill, LG to appoint to statutory panels. The bill also sets to rest any confusion on who will make appointments to statutory bodies, as recently seen in the logjam over the DERC
So basically,
chairman.
If you look at this, the centre is not trying to give complete control to the state, and since they have to go by the constitutional procedures, they are trying to tweak it in a certain way that they have some kind of say in certain areas. That's why like statutory bodies where they have a say in the appointments. So they are looking at that. So
the Aam Aadmi Party views the changes made in the bill to replace the Delhi Ordinance as an attempt by the centre to get around the possibility of a setback in
from the Supreme Court. Exactly. Because
while it had opposed the ordinance as unconstitutional, the party described the changes in the bill as diversionary tactics. According to the Aam Aadmi Party sources,
so
the move to drop Section 3A of the ordinance that you were talking about, of the ordinance, which restricted the State Assembly from enacting any law on services, reflected the realization in the centre that this would not stand scrutiny in court and cause embarrassment. By making these changes, I'm just going to complete this. By making these changes in the ordinance, the centre is only trying to gain some points to argue its position in court, as it can now say that it has not denied the state legislature a role in the services matter.
Well, if you look at it, the way they have put it across, it's so interesting that, the amount of tweaking that has been done to ensure that you have given, technically what's happened is there is a small kind of when it came to the Supreme Court and the interpretation of the Constitution and the rights of that state legislature, it's come to a point where the centre is technically backed down a little bit here and there, but they still want to have some kind of hold on the state the city-states bureaucracy. And that is something that will come for further. Now this is going to go to the Supreme Court, and of course the Supreme Court is going to scrutinize everything, because those crucial questions that it has asked, whether there has been deniability, but the fact remains is that the centre does not want to give complete control of Delhi to the city-state government.
This is still going to play out.
It's still going to play out. Again, no matter how much you tweak it out, it is going to finally, the nature of Delhi will be defined on a series of court rulings. This is what is going to happen, because legislature-wise, because of the power tussle between the centre and the Delhi government that is there, it is going to be a very difficult task for both of them to define where the boundaries start or end.
And who controls what? Who appoints what?
So now the relationship will be completely defined by the courts.
Court rulings. So that court is something that we're going to have to look at, even as we're expecting the Delhi Services Bill to be tabled in the Parliament today.